I often talk about the importance of making your audience the hero of your story. As kingdom women, the call is a corporate call where God is inviting us to submit and surrender our lives to get in alignment with His will and purpose for our lives, and for us to say yes, respond in obedience by taking up our crosses and going out into the world to share about His goodness, to share about His grace and the miracles that He has been working in our lives. Now, the interesting piece is that I started this journey many years ago, but at the same time, I found myself running and battling. I found myself facing my own season of darkness, and I didn't know how I was going to lead women to overcome their adversity or navigate effectively through these seasons of life if I too was battling with my own adversity. And so for a period of almost 4 years, I was hiding, I was playing small, and I was not serving in the way in which I know God was calling me to lead. And after a period of time where people continued to ask me about seasons of life, people who had no clue that seasons of life even existed, I believe I know that it was a sign from God, that this is not only what I was purposed to do, predestined to do, but that it was time to reinstate seasons of life. And after being in fetal position and saying, God, no, not yet, I know I have to get myself together and I don't feel that I'm there yet. I started to pray and I said, God, I can't say your will be done and not be willing to respond in obedience. And I share this because this is not just true for me, this is true for you as well. If you have been called by God and you are literally watching that phone ring, figuratively speaking, and you are just not picking up the call because you are afraid. If you are afraid of failure, not achieving a particular goal, or if you are afraid of success, not knowing what is on the other side of your yes to God, trust Him, surrender to Him, because He has already gone before you to prepare your path. So when you say yes, you are putting it in the hands of God for Him to show up on your behalf. You are putting God back in His rightful place in your life. Because number one, you know that your purpose is so much greater than you. In addition to this, if you're anything like me, you may have had a plan A through Z for your plan A through Z. But when you surrender, you begin to experience a different sense of peace because you are putting God back in His rightful place in your personal and professional life. I want to share something with you. Back in October of 21, I received a word that I continue to share because it resonates with so many other women at the current state of their life. And I want to share it with you. God is taking you on a route that is unfamiliar to you so that He can get you to the destination He has predestined for you. When it comes to stepping into and carrying out your purpose, it is simple. It's not easy. It is simple because all God is requiring of you is to surrender, is to say yes to him and allow him to work things out. Now, you still have to do your part. You still have to show up. You still have to be in your word so that you can be sensitive to the Spirit of God. You move when he says move. But God will give you supernatural wisdom and divine insight so that you are aware of or have more clarity in what next steps you need to take. He brings the other people who are supposed to be journeying with you alongside you because he places something inside of them as well. And so even though I said I want to take a little bit of time to talk about me, everything I just shared is about you as well. Because I know I am not the only one who knows, who has known that a call has been coming in to your line. But because of fear, because of uncertainty, because of doubt, you haven't picked up. You've played small. You've operated in a space of mediocrity. You've tried to give somebody else the vision that God gave you, but no more. Esther 4:14, it says, for such a time as this is a moment where God, a season where God is calling women, Christian women, kingdom women, into action in their personal and professional lives. And you are one of the women he has called. And it's up to you to answer, to surrender, and say, yes, Lord. Use me as your vessel and your spokesperson to introduce your people to you and speak your word through the gifts in which you have given me. Your will be done, O Lord. And so if you are willing to say yes and answer this call, you no longer have to battle with the fear of starting over. Because in truth, your journey is just beginning. Be sure to stay connected to our community by giving us a subscribe or a follow. And we will continue to pour into you, to pray with and for you along your journey. We're so grateful and glad to welcome you here. Until next time, God bless.